Welcome students to session number 64 of chapter number 2, that is units and measurement. Today we are going to have the revision session of chapter number 2, units and measurement, from the exam point of view. Clear? So I will discuss important topics of this chapter number 2. Now moving to the very first thing that I am going to discuss into this session is illustration 2.1, which is very important, degree to radian conversions. That is very important of what? Degree to radian conversion. Okay, so starting with example 2.1. What is the data of example 2.1? Calculate the angle of number A 1 degree, B 1 minute, you can say 1 minute of arc or arc minute. Clear? Third thing they are asking 1 second, bracket second of arc or arc second, or arc second. Use, they are saying use 2 pi, that is equal to 360 degree. Also they are saying 1 degree is 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. See, now they are asking what conversion of 1 degree into radian, 1 minute that is arc minute into radian, and 1 second that is arc second into radian. They have given the condition over that you need to do 2 pi, that is equal to 360 degree. They have also given 1 degree 60 minutes and 1 minute is 60 seconds. Now see how to solve this example. I will tell you one thing over here, that is they have given in solution, they have given 2 pi that is equal to 360 degree. So I can write pi that is equal to how much? 360 degree by 2. Yes or no? So I am going to get my answer. This is going to be cancelled. So answer is 180 degree. So I can write that 180 degree that is equal to pi radian. Is this clear? 100%? Fine. So I need now 1 degree. So 1 degree that is equal to 180 will be sent over here. So pi by 180 into radian. And if pi value is 3.14 divided by 180 radian, if I solve this more, I am going to get 1.745 into 10 power minus 2 radian. So here I am getting my answer. 1 degree is equal to 1.745 into 10 power minus 2 radian. Is this clear? Is this clear perfectly? What I did, I do have 2 pi that is equal to 360 degree. For that I need calculated pi that is 360 degree divided by 2. So I got my value of pi that is 180 degree. So 180 degree that is equal to pi radian. Now I require 1 degree into radian. So what I did, for 1 degree I sent this into the denominator, that is pi by 180 radian, and instead of pi I put the value 3.14. Divided by 180, I am going to get the answer 1.745 into 10 power minus 2 radian. So I got one answer, that is 1 degree, that is 1.745 into 10 power minus 2 radian. Now second thing we do need to calculate, that is we also know that 1 degree is 60 minutes. So if I need 1 minute, then I have to send the 60 down. So it is 1 by 60 degree. 1 by 60 degree. So 1 minute that is equal to 1 by 60 degree into 1 degree into radian is how much? 1.745 into 10 power minus 2 radian. Yes or no? Simple what I did. 1 degree 60 minutes. So if somebody tell me to calculate 1 minute, so 1 minute that 60 comes in denominator is 1 by 60 degree. So 1 by 60 degree into radian, that is 1 degree is 1.745 into 10 power minus 2 radian. So if I substitute, I am going to get my answer, manipulate, I am going to get my answer, that is 1 minute that is equal to 2.908 into 10 power minus 4 radian. Approximately I can write 2.91 into 10 power minus 4 radians. So I got my answer for 1 minute. 1 minute is 2.91 into 10 power minus 4 radian. Hope it is cleared perfectly. Very good. Moving to the third that we do have, that is again I am having, see, 1 minute that is how many seconds? 60 seconds. If somebody asks 1 second, then 1 second that is equal to 1 by 60 minutes. 1 second that is nothing but 1 by 60 minutes. This 60 will come into this denominator. Now again 1 second that is equal to 1 by 60 minute. 1 minute into radian, I do have already conversion with me. That is 2.91 into 10 power minus 4 radians. If I solve this, I am going to get my answer, that is 4.847 4.847 into 10 power minus 6 radian. So I can write 1 second, that is approximately here 7. 7 is more than 5. So you are going to add plus 1 over here. So answer is 4.85. 4.85 into 10 power minus 6 radians. So I got all the three conversions. First conversion, that is 1 degree, that is 1.745 into 10 power minus 2 radians. 1 minute, that is 2.91 into 10 power minus 4 radians. And 1 second, that is equal to 4.85 into 10 power minus 6 radians. See, this numerical is very basic, you know. This conversion from direct degree, minute and second to radian can be used in further examples. Hope it is perfectly clear. Very good. Now moving to the next topic we do have, that is, so the next topic we are going to discuss, that is system of units. That is system of units. Here question arises in mind that what is exactly system of units, why system of unit is needed, why system of units come into existence. I can tell you a complete set of units that is used to measure all kind of fundamental quantities as well as derived quantities is called system of units. It's called system of units. Is this clear? So you can say a set of units, which is used to measure all kinds of fundamental and derived quantities. See, fundamental are the basic quantities which cannot be expressed into the form of another quantities, and derived quantities are those quantities which can be expressed into what? Fundamental quantities, or you can say comprising of fundamental quantities, that are known as derived quantities. So you can write over here a set of units which is used to measure all kinds of fundamental and derived quantities is called a system of units. Is called a system of unit. Clear? Perfectly? Okay, now I am discussing about some commonly used system of units. Some commonly used system of units are: the first commonly used system of units that was developed was FPS system, or you can say CGS, clear, whatever you want to say. The first time taking that is foot pound second, FPS. It was developed in France. I can write F stands for foot, P stands for pound, and S stands for second. Till this clear? Again I am writing F stands for foot, P stands for pound, and S stands for second. Clear? Foot is considered to be the unit of length, pound to be unit of mass, and second to be unit of time. Till this clear? Where foot is considered to be the unit, basic unit of length, pound for mass, and second for time. Till this clear? The second system we do have with us, that is CGS. Again it is a French system, you can say. So you can write for C, G and S. C is nothing but centimeter, G is nothing but gram, and S is nothing but second. This is again unit for length, mass and time. Till this clear? That is the CGS system. And first one was FPS system. Hope it is clear perfectly. Very FPS, that is nothing but foot, pound, seconds, which are the units for fundamental quantities, length, mass and time respectively. Similarly, we do have CGS system in which C stands for centimeter, that G for gram, and S for seconds, which are the fundamental units for length, mass and time respectively. We do have third unit over here. The third unit, that's the third system of unit, that is MKS, where M stands for meter, M stands for meter, K stands for kilogram, and S stands for seconds. Clear? S stands for seconds. M stands for meter, K stands for kilogram, and S stands for seconds. For the units, fundamental units of quantity, length, mass, and time, respectively. Clear? Here this is MKS is nothing but metric system. MKS is nothing but metric system. A question arises, sir, what is metric system? The metric system is nothing but which can be expressed into multiple, you can say, it can be expressed into multiples and submultiples of the basic unit in terms of powers of tens of their practical units. Clear? Metric system is nothing but what you can express into multiples and submultiples of basic units in powers of 10 of their practical units. Till this clear? I can give one example over here. In metric system, you can say 1 meter, that is equal to 100 centimeter. Yes or no? So you 1 meter, I can write what, 10 power 2 centimeter. I can express into what, power of tens. So it is nothing but what, a metric system. Now moving ahead to the next, that is SI system. The SI, that is the system, the international system of units. The international system of units. Now remember one thing over here. SI is nothing but the international system of units. You are able to notice one thing over here, that SI is the abbreviation for Système International des Units. That is French equivalence of what? International system of units. So I can write SI is abbreviation for I am writing very important, that is Système Internationally which is French equivalent of International system of units. International system of units. Is this clear? SI is the abbreviation for Système Internationally des Units, which is French equivalent of International System of Units. The second important point in the SI system, that is, it is an extended and modernized form of what? Metric systems like MKS and CGS. So you can write it is modernized. It is modernized and extended form of metric systems like MKS and CGS. Clear? It is modernized and extended form of what? Metric systems like MKS and CGS system. Is this clear? Third important point over here, that is, it includes all branches of science and technology. It includes all branches of science and technology. That is the third important point. Fourth important point over here, you will be able to notice that it was accepted by 11th conference of weights and measures in 1960. It was accepted by 11th conference of weights and measures in 1960. Till this clear? It consists of 7 fundamental quantities. And 2 supplementary quantities. Hope it is clear. It consists of how many fundamental quantities? 7. And how many supplementary quantities? 2. Is this clear? Again, I am repeating the system. The SI is nothing but the International System of Units. SI is the abbreviation for System International Units, which is French equivalent of International System of Units. Next point I have to discuss is modernized and extended form of what? Metric system like MKS and CGS. It is includes all the branches, science and technology, and you can say it was accepted by 11th General Conference of Weights and Measures in 1960. So it was accepted by 11th Conference of Weights and Measures in 1960. And one more important, it comprises of 7 fundamental quantities and 2 supplementary quantities. Now let us discuss which are the 7 fundamental quantities and which are the 2 supplementary quantities, their units and symbols. So moving ahead, we do have, that is the next, that is 7 fundamental quantities. 7 fundamental quantities. Clear? So we are going to discuss 7 fundamental quantities. Serial number, physical quantity, then we are going to discuss its unit, and last we are going to discuss its symbol. Clear? So first is length, unit is meter, symbol is small m. Clear? Length, unit is meter and symbol is small m. Second, mass, unit is kilogram and unit symbol is kg. Third is time, unit is second, symbol is small s. Fourth, that is electric current, unit is named after a scientist, that is ampere, and symbol is capital A. Fifth quantity we do have, that is quantity of matter, or you can say amount of substance, that is mole, unit is, symbol is mole. Is this clear? Remember one thing here, unit is MOLE and unit symbol is MOL. Very important. Sixth, that is thermodynamic temperature. And that was, the unit was named after scientist, that is Kelvin, and the symbol is hectoliter. Last we have, that is 7, that is luminous intensity. That is the thing, but what? Intensity of light, that was candela and denoted by letter CT. Clear? 7 physical quantities: length, meter m, mass kilogram kg, time second s, electric current ampere A, quantity of matter mole, thermodynamic temperature Kelvin K, and luminous intensity candela CT. Now talking about 2 supplementary units. 2 supplementary units. The very first quantity, that is plane angle. And unit is radian, denoted by symbol RAD. Clear? Plane angle, radian, and denoted by symbol RAD. Second is solid angle. That is steradian, and symbol is SR. Till this clear? 2 supplementary quantities: plane angle, radian, RAD, that is symbol, and second symbol solid angle, steradian, and SR, that is the symbol. Till this clear? Plane angle, again I am repeating, plane angle is the quantity, its unit is radian, and symbol is RAD, that is radian, which represent radians, and again this solid angle, unit is steradian, symbol SR. Till this clear? Okay, moving to the last topic of this session, that is parallax method. Now we are going to discuss the topic, that is parallax. Now parallax is nothing but the apparent shift in the position of an object with respect to another when we shift our eyes sidewise. Clear? So again I am repeating, parallax is nothing but the apparent shift in the position of an object when we shift our eyes sidewise. I can give you one simple example, that is if you are holding a pen in front of you, make sure that the pen is steady and it does not change its position. Clear? And you first close your both eyes, or you can say you close the left eye and try to visualize the pen with your right eye. Now close your right eye and try to visualize the pen with your left eye. You will be able to see that though the position of the pen is not being changed while you are holding it, but you will be able to find it that it has shifted with respect to background. It has shifted its position with respect to background. This is nothing but what? Parallax. This is nothing but what? Parallax. Clear? So again I am going to explain this. So I can write, parallax is nothing but the apparent shift in the position of an object. The apparent shift in the position of an object with respect to another, with respect to another, when we shift our eyes, when we shift our eyes sidewise. Here the object closer to the eye will always appear to move in a direction opposite to our eyes. If your object is situated nearer to eye, you will be able to observe always your object moves in a direction opposite to what? Your movement of eye. So I can write, the object closer to the eye always appear to move in direction opposite, always appear to move in the direction opposite to the eyes, in the direction opposite to our eyes. Clear? The object closer to eye will always try to move opposite the direction of the eyes, you can say. So that you can check in the direction opposite to the eyes. Till this clear perfectly? Very good. Now I am giving you the experiment again. Hold an object in front of your eyes. Clear? At a distance S, you can say. Now what you will try to observe this. There are two eyes. This is the left and this is your right. Clear? First try to close your right eye and see the left. Using left eye you see the object O. You see the object O. Clear? Now keeping your left eye closed and with your right eye you try to see the object O again, which is a distance S, you can say, which is a distance S, situated at a distance S, you can say. Clear? You will be able to see that this theta is nothing but what? Parallax angle or parallactic angle. Parallactic angle. Clear? This is the distance of the object from eye. So you can write S is nothing but distance of object. Distance of object from eye, from point of observation, you can say. And distance between two points of observation, this is known as B, basis. This is basis, you can say. Distance between two points of observation. Distance between two points of observation. Clear? This is 2 points of our observation. Distance between 2 points of observation is known as basis B. The angle formed, the angle subtended at the object by the 2 points of observation is known as parallax angle or parallactic angle. Till this clear? So I can write important point, the distance between 2 point of observation, 2 point of observation is called, what it is called? Basis, denoted by letter B. Here if I name this triangle, that is A, B and C, then here BC, that is equal to B, that is nothing but what? Basis. Clear? 100% clear? Okay. The distance between object and point of observation, object and point of observation is S. The distance between the object and point of observation is S. Also the angle subtended at the object due to point of observation, or you can say the angle subtended at the object, you can write one thing over here, that is nothing but what line of sights are making angle theta at what the object. So you can write they are also the angle subtended at the object due to point of observation, due to point of observation, you can say due to point of observation is called parallax angle or parallactic angle Here you can say parallactic angle is here angle BAC is called parallactic angle or parallax angle theta. In this clear, the angle subtended at the object by 2 points of observation is known as what parallactic angle or parallax angle theta. Clear? Now we have the formula for the finding out the basis, that is you can say distance S, that is nothing but what B by theta. Distance S is nothing but B by theta, that is obtained from arc length, that is equal to radius, arc length that is equal to what radius into angle subtended, or you can say radius is nothing but what arc length upon angle. Till this clear? So I got my formula S is equal to B by theta, where B is basis, C is parallactic angle, and S is distance between the object and the point of observation. Till this clear? So here I am ending my session. Thank you.